Gen Alpha represents every child born between 2013 and 2025. In today's landscape, that defines an entire generation of children aged 12 and under. Looking at the demographic breakdown, this is the most racially and ethnically diverse generation in American history. Over half of this population, 53%, identifies as non-white, a significant shift from the demographics of millennials and older generations. This group acts as kidfluencers 2.0. Because they have constant, seamless access to digital information, they identify trends faster than their parents and effectively direct a massive portion of household spending. This mastery of the digital world gives them unprecedented market power, but inheriting the responsibilities of a consumer so early has introduced a significant psychological burden. Behind their ability to navigate complex trends, Gen Alpha is essentially growing up at an accelerated rate, and that speed comes with high levels of stress. These 4 data points highlight a generation in crisis. 45% worry about the future, while 57% regularly compare their appearance to others. Most telling is the 52% who feel they cannot do everything expected of them. Understanding their behavior requires moving past the idea of a standard childhood. We have to look at the specific, high-pressure environment that is forging them. Gen Alpha are algorithm natives. Born into a global infrastructure designed for hyper-personalization, their digital experience is tailored specifically to their behavior from day one. This is a sharp departure from earlier generations like millennials, whose defining societal shifts, like 9/11 or the early internet, occurred much later in their development. For Gen Alpha, the baseline for normal includes the global isolation and health trauma of the COVID-19 pandemic during their most foundational years of growth. Their hyperconnectivity ensures they are exposed to visceral, real-time updates on geopolitical conflicts and climate urgency before they've even finished elementary school. Because of this combination of isolation and tech access, their primary socialization often happens within the metaverse, closed virtual platforms like Roblox and Minecraft, where they build and inhabit digital worlds rather than physical ones. This constant state of technological and global crisis forces a hyper-conscious worldview onto these children at an unnaturally young age. This worldview is often curated by their parents. Gen Alpha is being raised by millennials, a generation that is uniquely attentive and deeply tech-conscious. Having seen the impact of social media firsthand, these parents project their own anxieties and cosmopolitan values directly into their children's daily lives. Comparing parenting eras, millennials have hard conversations much earlier, teaching children as young as 6 about systemic racism and internet safety. This urgency is driven by fear. 80% of these parents report being deeply worried about the world their children are inheriting. By trying to prepare their children for a harsh reality, millennial parents have significantly accelerated the emotional and cultural weight Gen Alpha has to carry. You can hear the result in 9-year-old Alexander, who discusses pandemic hand-washing protocols and the war in Ukraine with the same casual tone. Processing a relentless stream of grim reality requires a significant internal coping mechanism. To manage this, Gen Alpha retreats into highly stimulating absurdist media, often called brain rot, as a way to self-soothe and disconnect from the world's weight. These animal videos and bizarre visual challenges offer a necessary psychological block, allowing them to tune out real-world anxieties through low-stakes, repetitive stimuli. This stream of novel, simple content provides a sense of grounding and calm that the chaotic real world often denies them. These seemingly strange internet habits provide a necessary neurological reset, helping a developing mind regulate its nervous system against a world that expects far too much emotional maturity. Constant connectivity has created a parallel craving. Gen Alpha is beginning to seek out physical, tactile experiences as a way to escape their digital saturation. Since digital creation is their baseline, they place a high premium on memorable, shareable, in-person moments that feel grounding and real. The entities that successfully earn their loyalty will be those that provide a genuine antidote to digital exhaustion. Traditional marketing tactics will fail with this group. They are too hyper-aware and skeptical to be swayed by superficial branding. Building a relationship with this generation requires acknowledging their emotional depth and the specific global concerns they face. Success depends on providing safe, playful outlets where children can take the complex issues they've absorbed and channel them into constructive action. We see this in educational building prompts that help kids reimagine solutions to the challenges they see, using play to regain a sense of agency. As Gen Alpha grows into the world's primary decision makers, their loyalty will lie with the institutions that provided them the tools to actively solve the problems they were raised to observe.